Hi guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, joined by Baker. Good evening, sir. How you doing?
Sir, formal.
Sir. Well, I've clicked buttons. I don't know why it's sir tonight over any other night.
Sir. We've made it through the Christmas period. The festive pile up is done.
So we can all breathe and relax and do nothing now, right?
Yeah, we sit on our hands now, don't we? Is that what we do?
Yeah. It's weird because I thought about this when writing like the description for the pod, and yeah, then I thought, oh, hold on a second, I'm just going to be pressing a load of buttons over the next week anyway.
So you're wildcard active.
I was fuming on Wednesday night, mate. That's the real reason. Like I was so pissed on Wednesday night.
Why were you pissed Wednesday night? What happened? Did anything happen Wednesday night?
I had no points. And I hated everyone in my team.
What happened Wednesday night? I can't remember what was eventful to you. Like,
the thing is,
didn't you have
nothing
half your team playing last night though?
Yeah, but but they were all playing. They were playing each other. So I was like, well, the week's done. I was seeing people sharing. No, people were sharing stuff with like, oh, I got 45 points, I got 50 points, I got 57, I got 52, I got 48, whatever. And I'm sitting there on 20 points. I was like, this is just horrific.
But they've played all their players.
No. They still had two or three and didn't have anything like playing against each other. And so I've just got like 5 guys playing each other. Oh, TK's not going to make it. Oh, good. I get Virgil van Dijk. Okay, perfect. Like it worked. Like that worked out okay in the end. But
yeah. There's a couple of in the chat said that you might be a bit low in your sound. If you want to have a little look at that,
is that better?
I don't know. It's fine for me. On the chat, but so Wildcard is active. So hold on. So you were angry, so you went up pressing that button. The big one. Pretty
much, yeah. Pretty much. That's kind of how I play the game.
Doesn't that cause an issue because you've got triple Liverpool? So one of the reasons why you didn't have any points on Wednesday is because you've got triple Liverpool. And now you're wildcarding. And how many triple Liverpool are you going to have?
It's not how many triple Liverpool, it's how many Liverpool, right? And the answer at the moment is like 0.
And so the answer is 0.
And they've got Burnley.
And they've got Burnley at home.
Yeah. I'm well aware of this. And Szoboszlai had like 17 shots yesterday on his own.
Yeah, I'm like nervous that I've only got Ekatike if I'm Liverpool. You've got them, but have you already taken them out as well?
Yeah, gone.
Subbed, is that transferred?
Done.
Chase those rices.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I don't mind it. I think it's good. I think it's good wildcard fun. I think there's opportunity with it, and everything I hear says that is potentially we can navigate through without through doubles and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Without pressing buttons.
Keith said Adam is just not good at FPL. I mean, if you're only finding that out now, then you must be brand new because I've been doing this stupid shit for years, mate. It's not just buttons.
This is the thing. Like every season where there's like more complexities, we have models, we have different things, we have social media and everything. Like a lot of people want to tell you how to play FPL.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we'll do another process video on Sunday to tell people how to play FPL. We'll plug that. But look, you don't necessarily control what happens to you. We press the buttons and then players play, and sometimes you have to do stuff. I've got to think about what I do with a man that decided to yank some hair. That's my new way. If a bit of ways I've managed to get defenders out of my team recently, like imagine someone said in one season you had a punctured lung, then you had a man whose whole boot filled up with blood. Whole boot filled up with blood. It had to be stretched off because there was so much blood everywhere. Then you've had a man who just decided to pull someone's hair. Just keep finding new ways. Joe Rodon's ankle falls off. I don't know what I'm doing to these defenders.
I can't explain it either, mate.
Can I? I've tried to get 2 Arsenal defenders in my team to try and see if I can jinx those boys, but you can't jinx them.
Well, I feel like that's the only way that Virgil actually got his clean sheet is because I transferred him out before the actual game. That's how you. That's the new meta. Is doing it that way.
Exactly. As Paul well knows in the chat, his team, his emotions. Exactly. That is everybody. That's exactly how all of us play. Like it's our team, and that's how it should be. Anyway, we're going to have to do some games. We'll get some games done. We've got a long way before next deadline. We've got an FA Cup weekend. No deadline tomorrow.
Oh, God, I'm so looking forward to a lion. Well, actually, I say that I might venture out and try and park run tomorrow.
Yeah,
which could be fun.
Thinking about it. I haven't done some bike this week. I've done no running. I'm not getting out there for that.
Well, should we just fire through game week scores then and just get
fire through game week scores, fire through the games. Then we're going to come back Sunday. We're going to do the process. We will have Ivan with us. We will also have JC with us.
Who's in the chat?
Who's in the chat. So we'll have a 4-way process first time. Where I think me and you probably just can have most of that afternoon off and just let the intelligent people chat about how to play this game. I think that's the plan. So if you think that we're not the brightest FPL players, well, luckily for you, we've invited some brighter people than us to talk about FPL on Sunday. And then we'll have to be back next week for a full wildcard special.
Yeah. I've basically made the standard moves you make at the start of a wild card. Get rid of the guys you don't like and get all the guys that you think will go up a couple of times and then go from there. But yeah, that's next week's problem. We can talk about how we did this week. And overall, in the end, actually, it wasn't a disaster, as you can see. So I did get a red arrow of about 100k or something like that. 50 points. Game week rank of about 6 million. Raya, 6 points. Happy days. So that's all you expect. Gabriel, 6 points. Virgil, 6 points, which was nice. Had Anderson and Dallo. Szoboszlai, 3 points. Cunha with 2. Saka with 3. Foden with 2. I started the week really well with Anderson on 7. And then obviously Haaland gets 12. He loses his point at the end. Is what it is.
I hadn't even realised that had happened. As you sort of flicked up the scores, I thought I got 66, but that's what happened to you. He lost his bonus too.
Yes. I didn't think it was going to happen because they hadn't done it all day. And then at about 2 minutes past 11 last night, they just chopped it off.
Nice.
Is what it is.
Yeah. I got 64, which seems pretty good in the end. The 1.5 million game week rank is pretty good. And it's quite an eventful one. It is quite an eventful one. In the, you've got the boring ones of like Gab and Timber just getting a clean sheet. Then I've got the beauty of Michael Keane of getting a 5-pointer by managing to get himself a goal, almost another goal, then gets his clean sheet wipeout, and then gets sent off, ends up with 5 points. Dorgu with another 5 points with an assist. And then probably the 2 heroes bookend in my midfield here is Bruno and Wilson with 20 points between them. That's really the story of the week for me is those 2 guys. And Foden continues to be bad. Like bad as an asset. Is he going to make the cut for you?
No. Not interested. Not interested.
It's hard to be, isn't it? I think Foden's always a hard one to take out because he he can score a hat trick at any time because he does those sort of things. And you've got Man United and Wolves, but I was saying last week, last playing Brighton, can't take him out this week. Well, guess what? Could have taken him out this week.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm just not confident in having him over the next sort of 5, 6, 7 weeks. I think like a wild card now is you kind of need to cover. I kind of need to cover 24 as an entry point for a load of other people because guess what? If anybody isn't aware already, like content will be around game week 24 wild card with the fixture swings and stuff like that. So it's going to be a key point. It's not necessarily going to be the best place to wild card, but people are talking about it, which means a lot will. Like it just will happen. So covering off that fixture swing, particularly for Chelsea, is important for me. So having at least 2 Chelsea in place feels important. Which 2? Because, obviously Enzo gets brought off early, Palmer gets brought off early, and it's maybe I don't read too much into it. We can go into it during the game, but making sure I've got that and a defender. Am I feeling good about the keeper? Maybe, maybe not. And having that and then branching my way out from there is kind of where I'm sort of initially looking.
Yeah, I think the big thing on Arsenal and Chelsea for wildcard and for everybody, if you're thinking about your moves early on for next week, is the fact that you've got Chelsea, Arsenal in the Carabao next midweek. That's big Wednesday night because you assume they pretty much rest everyone they can rest on this weekend, do heavy rotation, but for Arsenal guys, you're not looking. It's whether you sell someone or not. We're in that position. And for example, if Saka plays 90 minutes against Chelsea next Wednesday night, then you are pretty worried about Saka's minutes for away Forest 3 days later because it's a Saturday game before they then play. Is it Inter? I mean, they're okay in Europe now, so they could probably do a fair amount of rotation. I expect them to do in that, but you're really hoping, if you own Saka, like I do, that Madueke starts midweek against Chelsea next week. But for Chelsea, I expect Chelsea, especially because it's Rossini's, look, he can get in and just win a trophy immediately. I expect Chelsea to go full strength next Wednesday night. And if Palmer plays 90 minutes next Wednesday against Arsenal, you are suddenly feeling pretty icky about him playing Saturday as well.
Sure.
That's I think for everybody who's looking at those guys, you're on wildcard, so you can just keep flicking people in and out and do what you want to do. But if you're not on wildcard, even if their price rate rises and stuff start going, I would really encourage everybody to wait till after that Carabao game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's also then move on and shout out the mini leagues. So top of the mini league, surprise, surprise, Henry's top of the world, top of our mini league, top of the Discord league, top of everything right now. Tom Turner still in second.
In the world.
Number 1 in the world. Number 3, moving up, is Lucas Babushkak. He's on there, 1,384. Ed Watts up into 4th, 1,378. And Vienna Pix is down to 5th, 1,375. And then over in the Patreon League, Henry obviously top. Kieran still second. Pete W up to 3rd, 1,333. Crypto Block Dan Hybel up into 4th, 1,328, and Steve Bunn down into 5th, 1,324. While we're talking about Dan, shout out to Crypto Block Dan. He is now once again an FPL expert. I've actually been told I had to put that back in. So that is in there now. But if you need some advice around crypto, around the blockchain, whether it's around gaming or whether investing or anything like that, you can head over hubble.social/Dan Hybel and grab some time with him. Alternatively, you can come and join us in the Discord, and you can. We've got a little crypto chat there as well. If you want to come and join us there, patreon.com/AboveAverageFPL. Join us in the Discord. Loads of games still going on. Beat Baker has just started again for January. So if you want to get involved, QR code is on the screen or patreon.com/AboveAverageFPL. I'm sure the guys in the chat will tell you what they think about it, and we tell them, be honest, like, let us know, give us some feedback and all that stuff. But it's positive and we love it. And it's a good place to be. And I think with a week off, there'll be a lot of sort of non-subject, non-FPL chat as well. So, it's just a cool place to hang out. If you don't wish to join the Patreon, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for joining us. And, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff, do all the free stuff. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Which game would you like to start with?
I know it's a 0-0, so it should be end, but I think we should start with Arsenal Liverpool because still think it's interesting. I think from a Liverpool perspective, one of the most interesting things to this game almost is that the only substitution he made was Bradley right at the end, which he obviously had to do.
Yeah.
So is it that just because the game was pretty stale, it was just roll it out, or is this? How much can you trust these guys? Because what we're trying to understand is what happens when Mo comes back, and what happens when Ekitike comes back. Bradley feels like, I don't know if we've seen any results of what that potentially is going to be, but it looks bad from Bradley's perspective. So do we suddenly see Szoboszlai mucking around at right back a bit more? Where do they put the players?
You'd think Frimpong if Salah comes back into the fold, which I assume he will, then Frimpong will just have to revert back to right back.
Yeah, does Frimpong go to right back? Somebody goes there, but then is it because the ones that are interesting is because you're playing home Burnley, like Gakpo's the interesting one. Slot loves him. Most Liverpool fans do not love Gakpo, but he's playing home Burnley.
He's definitely the one that I think will benefit the most from the game. I don't see it as a transfer or even a wildcard pick unless you were literally planning for 1 week. Like unless you wanted to go, I'm going to go Gakpo, save some money, and then leave some money in the bank, for example, on a wildcard, and then push up to say Palmer, like using like 3 million quid or whatever. Like I think that's the only way I could really consider it. I don't think it's a transfer though.
I'm not sure it's not, but because I'm a very short-term manager, but I'm looking at this and thinking, I've got Cunha, and would I want Cunha, Man City, Arsenal, or would I want if I knew Gakpo was playing 90 minutes versus Burnley and then playing Bournemouth that are now Semenyo-less? I mean, I'd like that for 2 games. If I start thinking, start getting a bit more towards maybe I'm going to wild card in 24.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that could make sense.
I definitely don't hate Gakpo. I am considering whether there is some fun to be had on that one. Bruno's going to potentially come in soon. Palmer's potentially going to come in soon. You could go Enzo, like looks like the sort of easier type picks. But I am sitting here thinking, is there a way to try and push an opportunity and try and catch a haul? Because we are quite tight in ranks. Like I'm 150k, but I'm as close to 1 million as I am to 10k. So is if you want to try and make jabs, you're gonna have to still like be looking to make moves. And if there's an opportunity for me, like if Ekitike's out, then Gakpo for me becomes almost a no-brainer if Ekitike was out. Beckett goes back, which I'm assuming he is, but then you've got a certain number of positions, and suddenly you're like, well, where does he put all these guys? But he's definitely the one that is interesting for me. Liverpool again. It's not the greatest clean sheet fixtures in the world. So yeah, would I keep Virgil? Probably not. Alisson always gets bonus. He does always get bonus. Of the premium keepers, he'd be the one if I was going to spend money on a keeper. I don't think I'll go there, but it's there's not. He is the rare unicorn of a premium keeper that actually does get saves and bonus. You kind of knew it in a 0-0 game when he had those 2 saves right at the end. I was like, he'll be top bonus now. Opened it up, yeah, bang, top bonus. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
They're just not that trustworthy a defense, Liverpool.
I think this was a good example of how they can get a bit dirty with their tactics if they need to, and really just squeeze out a game. Because like not many teams, bar the the late 2 chances for Arsenal, the Jesus chance, and then obviously the Gabriel header at the back post. Like they limited Arsenal to basically nothing. Now, if they can sort their attacking, like they're not short of attacking threat. They've been okay attacking wise. If they one of the big problems they've had over the season so far, particularly in the last, I don't know, 8 weeks or so, is like these 2-0 leads that they've just been giving up, right? And getting into positions where they're going to win games and then they just throw them away. I think if anything, this can give them a bit of confidence that, they have the personnel in place to actually just shut a game down. And that's because that's essentially what they did. Like Arsenal didn't really want to. I mean, this game was horrific. Like the whole thing was horrific. It was quite funny watching. I mean, I saw like on socials, pictures of like Arne Slot as Adolf as this like horrific terrorist kind of tactics,
Slot
and then like the second half,
he just flipped. About it. To be fair, Slot was. I thought Slot was really good in his sort of post-match pressure. Where he was almost like saying, "I don't think we should get a lot of praise for this because we created bugger all." Is that's not really what he wants from these ones. But he has done this a few times. He has tried to stink a few Liverpool big games up. This isn't the first time. Now, he didn't have much choice. Literally, if he can't make a substitution, it tells you he's only got what he's got. So there is a sort of siege mentality to this. I don't expect this to suddenly say, hey, Liverpool, what they're now going to be is just a really stinky team in that. He's doing what they need to do. His halftime team talk must have been absolutely fantastic because not only did they keep them short, but they kept the ball. Like they had the majority of the ball in that second half is albeit.
I think by the time it got to like by the time it got to like the 75th minute or the 8th, just after the 75th minute, Liverpool had pretty much 78% of that possession in the second half. It was crazy.
Yeah. So hard read, but what we've got from an Arsenal side of it is you've still got Saka coming off early again. Kind of like he was really good in that first half, but he's coming off after 70 minutes. It's not what you want.
Not when you're supposed to be winning games at home like this, right?
Yeah, Rice has never been substituted. As soon as he comes off, you were like, I'm just going to watch Rice now because it was. You were like, he's just going to steam through to get his DEFCON here. He didn't get it. Actually, but you were like, it's going to steam through to this, maybe then, and you'll feel a bit silly that you've paid 10 million for a guy. He's making it hard. He's making it when you've got Bruno and Palmer sitting there, lots of money. He's making it really hard to go Saka over Rice. both got set pieces. If it's free kicks, Rice takes them over Saka anyway. So he has more set pieces than what Saka does. Obviously, Saka has the pens, as long as he takes them. Yeah, but I think Timber's very interesting for wildcarders because obviously he got in the previous game, he got DEFCON and he wasn't a mile off this one. In any other game, he definitely would have got a booking. But Anthony Taylor was like, unless someone like pulls someone back, you can just keep fouling people. I'm not giving you the bookings. There was about 3 or 4 occasions where Timber should have been booked and he didn't get booked. But there was also that one right at the end where there was a ball that was a through ball, and I was like, that was through to Gabriel Jesus, and I was like, no, it wasn't. It was through to Timber. Like he was in the 9 spot, and every time I watch him as an owner, I think I don't understand how he doesn't walk away with 2 attacking returns from every game. He's constantly underlapping, and actually, the more when Madueke come on, he did even more. He came inside. He's playing almost as an inside forward. He'd be one that I'd really struggle with. If me as an owner of Timber, if I wildcarded tomorrow and said try and take him out, I still just think he's about to score 20 points in a game. But he's not cheap. Like for buying, could you buy Timber at 6.5 when he doesn't get you DEFCON? And hey, as much as he like flirts with these things, still not getting all these attacking returns.
That is one for me to mull over. He's in the team at the moment. For now, we should move on.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to own Timber and Gabriel. But if I was a person that owned Timber, Gabriel, and Rice, I'd be like, don't need to move these.
Yeah. Oh, just last thing. Imagine like 95% of set pieces going to Gabriel's head, and then Jesus just thinks in the last second, I'm just going to get in the way. I couldn't even believe that happened. Like, I'm glad it happened, but I couldn't believe that actually happened. It's crazy.
I'd still blame Gabriel for not scoring it more than anything else.
Fair enough. Talking of crazy, again, genuinely, I know Thiago's still scoring goals, but like Calvert-Lewin again, is he just like literally key? Because if he's on pens and he's linking up the way he is with, I mean, like Aris obviously could be a pick, but it's just the way he took that pen and then ran off as if he was like, yeah, this is now normal. This is now my normal. This is my default position. I'm now back in it. This is me.
Yeah, I think I watched a fair amount of the Fulham game and then a fair amount of this game, and I was sort of in between them because this was the later game, wasn't it? So I started with Fulham and then moved to that, whilst obviously keeping an eye on Spurs, but those ones because Bruno and Wilson were sort of key aspects for it. But there's a very similar combination of Jimenez with Wilson and Aronson with Calvert-Lewin, and where you've got the striker and then Aronson. What was really clever around some number of times that he goes past Calvert-Lewin, and when that's happening, you're like, I don't want to decoy Calvert-Lewin. I want to just stand in the box Calvert-Lewin piece. So obviously he gets the penalty with this one. I still think it's a fine pick, but that's something I was like as a dynamic. I don't think that sort of happened when it was Mecca with him, but with Aronson just around him, I was like, Aronson's probably going to be the person that gets him behind, and that might just happen. And part of that's almost might be a reaction to the fact that Calvert-Lewin's been so good, is that you have to start to find other ways, don't you, to and that might be like more of an away thing, for example, and you get more of the tap-ins at home. Like Leeds are clearly a better team from him, but Calvert-Lewin's still a very good pick in my opinion. Yeah, that's probably as far as I'll go with it. Is do I still think Calvert-Lewin's better than most of the like £5-6 million midfielders? I don't know. I still don't know. I still struggle a little bit, especially if I was doing Calvert-Lewin. Would I have him as my second striker, or would I have him as my third striker? If he was my third striker, I'd start getting a bit. But
you think it's probably a bit too expensive, but at the same time, there's going to be whatever we do wildcard wise, there's going to be a consideration around bench boost. You're going to need a third.
You're going to need
striker
a bench
that's going to play.
Yeah.
Like obviously Mane's there for now. But Calvert-Lewin will be there. Like he will. He will be there.
He will be there. But I always say I don't think you should make it like we can't have how we do on a bench boost guide us too much on how we then orchestrate our team for like 20 weeks. Like that's more important. Is the 20 weeks are more important than plan that chip that play. Because if you do it and that guy blanks, then you're like, okay, now I've changed my whole structure to something I don't like. But yeah, I would be. I don't just wonder whether Calvert-Lewin is a second striker, and then that enables you to get the bigger the guys, the likes of, one of the things when I bought Bruno Guimaraes back at 6 million is 7 million that's a lot more than it's quite a lot of money. It's quite a lot of money for a guy that doesn't have a lot of XG, doesn't guarantee you DEFCON, doesn't like it's not cheap. But I was able to make that step up because there was a few other guys that I went a bit cheaper with. And I think that's similar on Calvert-Lewin. If you were Calvert-Lewin, then yeah, maybe you can afford
Palmer instead of Enzo.
Yeah, maybe there's some bits where it also enables that. But I just got no issue.
Gets you that second. Maybe just locks Timber in, right? Locks Timber in instead of having to sacrifice and maybe going like Reece James, Chalobah type thing. Although you want both.
Yeah.
Munoz.
Calm in the chat says Munoz back soon, so maybe you get Munoz instead of Richards. You know what I mean by having Calvert-Lewin. I still really like it from a Newcastle perspective. If you've bought Gordon for this run, it's bloody horrible. It's bloody horrible, but we've talked about it ad nauseum, week after week after week after week. Not just the year of the eights, but why we say the year of the eights is because they're still on the pitch at the end of the game. The worst thing I hate about Saka right now is the fact that he's not on the pitch at the end of the game. Because if he's doing all the stuff, but he's getting enough recoveries, that also means even if he doesn't, maybe he gets his little DEFCON to go with his clean sheet and he walks away with 5 points. And Saka, when he plays all these minutes, like even if he gets an assist, then sometimes it's like an 8-point assist because he's doing all these things, with Gordon, you guarantee with Gordon, he's not going to get DEFCON. And his minutes were always a problem because they've got multiple wingers. That's why people that have bought Bruno went Bruno is that he's there. Did people that buy Bruno like me think he might get a pen in the 90th minute and by then everybody else gone off? Absolutely not. Not at any point could anybody claim that there was something in their mind that said that was going to happen. But he is big time baller. I don't know if how much you watched the game, but as that game went on in that last 20 minutes, as they were looking for it, all they do is pass to him.
Yeah, I did watch a bit of it, and you saw that it didn't matter whether he was on the right or the left hand side. He was the guy. He was trying to
get the ball to Bruno.
I think, it was definitely captain's mentality, especially at home. Yeah. Like I said, like if there's anybody at home that's going to provide like the team with a push forward, it's going to be Bruno G. Like he loves it. He absolutely loves it.
He loves it,
and you can see.
As does Rice.
See why.
And that's why people are liking Rice. That's why people are liking Bruno. It's because they're like, as the game goes on, if it's tight, they want to get him the ball. They want to get him the ball. He is dictating everything, which gives him an opportunity. And he's like, Bruno is a world-class player. It would be over 100 million to get him out of that club.
Yeah.
It would be over 100 million quid. Easy. And therefore, 100 million pound players can do special things. It's all special thing. I mean, Joe Linton's header, when you watch it from height, at no point does that look like it's going to go in. It's such a ridiculous header. Harvey Barnes is doing that thing where he starts doing that run, and you're like, God. Tempted by Harvey Barnes?
No. Well, yes and no. I mean, I guess it's positive that. I mean this in the best way possible, right? It's positive that Elanga's injured, so that obviously they're only going to sub one of their wingers off at the moment. But maybe this time it was Anthony Gordon. Maybe next week it's Harvey Barnes. So can you really guarantee those minutes? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just this.
I'm not overly confident.
This is that bit. All the time you feel foolish around wingers. You feel foolish around wingers because you know when it doesn't pay, you feel stupid. So if you've bought Gordon and it's not worked out, you're like, oh God, what have I done? Like I've got a bloke, he's definitely not getting DEFCON. I could have just got a cement mixer for it. You know what I mean? I didn't need to have this flash guy that has potential for 1s and 2s. We do it because they could haul, and Barnes is one of those that can haul. Is sometimes we have to try and take a chance with it. I think there's enough in there especially if Elanga is looking like he's coming back. I don't know what the latest is, but there's just too many guys. That's why if you're going for a Newcastle guy, you just go for Bruno, don't you?
Yeah,
which you don't expect him to lob the keeper in the last minute like he did against Burnley in every game. You don't expect him to get a penalty like he did at the end of this game. Don't expect him to even get an outside of the boot assist and these things. But if he does anything, he's normally in the bonus. He can get DEFCON. He can double digit in any game. Like he double digits more often than anybody else.
Yeah.
Pretty much now. Pretty much he's as a midfielder, he's double digit more than anyone. Chow had an absolute horror show. Have you considered Newcastle defence? Chow versus Hall?
No, not for 1 second have I considered Newcastle defence.
Hall's corners.
Because we were talking about it. We were talking about it last week, and I know, and Chow came up as a conversation point. I just didn't like the pick. I don't think he's as good a defender as. I don't think Newcastle defence is very good. I really don't.
Yeah.
Don't trust it, and I don't like it.
It's been my feeling all season on them when we're looking at them. Is that, and I felt that, and I think people asked me about Chow, and I was like, "Nah, I don't like that pick." And then he got 17 points. But I do still have that thing of I don't really trust their defence. And
I mean, it takes a bit of a statement. Yeah, but it takes a big statement to go to literally bring a guy off at half time. Like, I don't even think there's really there's much in, like, fine, it's a handball, but you know, the two guys, him and Calvert-Lewin, are wrestling around for it, and his hand just ends up sort of hitting the ball. Like, people said he had an absolute nightmare that first half. Maybe he did. Like, I didn't watch the full game.
Yeah. Oh, he did. He was in a bad place. But I mean, it just hopes you see Share play again, because that looked bad. That looked bad. I haven't seen any reaction from it to see what it is, but it looked like definitely season ending. If not, he's not young. Career ending. So they're down a man. So Chow and Botman are there until
Jeez, he's 34.
Share.
Yeah.
Yes, done. Yeah, absolute legend. But I'd be amazed, genuinely be amazed if we saw him again. It looked absolutely horrid.
On that note, we've done 2 games and we're 40 minutes in. Didn't you say we had to do it like an hour and 10?
Yeah, I just got to go to bed, so I probably got about half hour. But these are interesting teams. Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool are interesting teams. We can rattle through some others. Let's do Tottenham. Can I interest you? because I'm a dickhead. Let's be clear. I like to do stupid picks. I love doing stupid picks in midfield. I do this so often. Every single season, I do about 6 or 7 transfers of stupid midfielders that I know I'm going to have to sell on. I have a weakness for it. I can never stop doing it. But part of me wants Gakpo to be a doubt so I can buy Matthias Tell for next week.
I can't sanction anything. Like, I can't sanction anything to do with Spurs. Like it's a really good finish, right? And I think we were better in some respects. Weirdly, I thought the first half, well, first 20, 25 minutes, we looked a lot better than they did. But I don't know. No, I really no, because he finds himself. I know he scored. I know he's obviously scored here, but he finds himself in circles where, in spaces where he just loses the ball too often. I don't trust it.
He's just anti Thomas Frank. It's like he's just our kryptonite to Thomas Frank's ball of not wanting to play at the moment. Every time he plays, you're like, this guy wants to play football when nobody else does. He's gonna do stuff. He's gonna try stupid shots. I would, unless Solanke's on that pitch, Tell will take penalties. 100% if we get a penalty, it'll be Tell. Tell will take it over Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons won't get a look in near that football if we get a penalty. We never get penalties, so it's not really an issue. But Matthias Tell will take the penalty if we get it. Like, he's done it before. Who was it? He ripped it off last season. He was like, I'm having that. You're not having that. Literally pulled out of someone's hands. I think it might have been like Maddison. He took the ball off. Like, it wasn't someone small. It was like, I got fouled. I'm having that. He'll take him. He's 6.2. I am genuine when I say I might go Cunha to Matthias Tell next week.
You're on your own, mate. You're literally on your own. You're literally, like, if he scores a hat trick, I'll be happy for Spurs and you, mate. But I'm going nowhere near it. I'm not going anywhere near it. You can't trust it. Like, we know that Bournemouth create more chaos than any other team in the league. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We still created little bits, some good chances, not loads. Like, I don't try. Like, our 2 goals here have come from a ridiculous finish from Tell, from literally like one of the hardest places to score from, and then a João Palhinha bicycle kick. Like, we don't create good enough chances for it. Like, apart from obviously the Richarlison header and whatever. But I can't trust it. I hate the pick, to be honest. I don't like it at all.
We got
the only thing it does, as you say, like, the only thing you've got positive is an out in a couple of weeks when we've played Burnley, and then that's it. He's gone.
He's got everything we could possibly want in an FPL pick. Matthias Tell. He's taking the corners. He takes incredible corners. He put 11 crosses in, taking corners, 3 key passes, couple of shots, on pens, playing all the minutes. 6.2. West Ham at home, Burnley away.
Be my guest.
0% owned.
Do it.
0% owned.
But yeah, there's a reason why he's 0% owned.
There's some fun to be had with Cunha. If anyone's got Cunha, there's some fun to be had. Enzo's not the fun. Going, I'll spend a bit of extra money, go to Bruno's not the fun.
We're about to do a pod on like the season of the 8s, and you're going to go and buy Matthias Tell.
Absolutely
Hilarious.
Matthias Tell or Cody Gakpo. That's my short list of 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to get some people on the Tell train. Don't you worry about that.
Okay. Go for it.
Other than that, yeah, don't go anywhere near these guys.
I wouldn't go anywhere near. Well, Krupi's obviously going to play a lot of minutes now. Right? No Cliver, no Semenyo. Like, he has to play the minutes. He scores every 80 minutes or something like that so far this season, which is great. Like, he's just a really, really good cheap option. But
it doesn't trust him for more. It doesn't trust him for more than 60 minutes because he just takes him off.
Yeah, but Semenyo's not there anymore, so he has to play. He's going to have to play more minutes.
He took Evan-Nielsen and Semenyo off on 64 minutes. Took them both off together. Played them both and then took both of them off on 64 minutes. Doesn't have to play.
How did he take Semenyo off in the 64th minute when he scored in the 92nd?
No, Kruppian and Evan-Nielsen. He played Kruppian and Evan-Nielsen.
Oh, sorry.
So he played his two strikers and took them both off on 64 minutes. He never trusts him for more than 60 minutes. It's literally you're watching the clock every single time Kruppi plays. They're like, yeah, he's coming off in 60 minutes. Yeah, I can call up the minutes when he started if you want, but there's
the ones without Semenyo.
But there's 12 Semenyo, other guys.
Kluivert. But
they can still play Brooks and Tav on the wings. They don't need to play him. Unal's back now. Right. He'll play more minutes, but will he play more than 65 minutes in any game? No.
How much is he?
4.6, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean,
but he never gets any bonus. He never gets any bonus because he never does, he's not on the pitch enough to do any of it.
And maybe that changes. Maybe that changes.
He loves it. He's played one game where he's played some decent minutes. He played 86 minutes versus West Ham, but other than that, when he started, he played 75, 69, 62, 61, 64. Every time I'm 45. You just don't trust him to do more than 60 odd minutes. Tav, if you want a cheap option, he'll also be on penalties.
Tav will be on penalties.
He's fun.
Who have Bournemouth got next to you?
Oh, Bournemouth fixtures for a while now are good.
Brighton, Liverpool, first two. Yeah,
then
good.
Goes.
This clean from 24, yeah. The Villa at home game is a bit awkward, but yeah, apart from that, it's clean for about 8 weeks.
That's why you can go back. It's 12 for 2 weeks, then just move on to Tav after.
You do you, mate. You do you. I'm not getting behind this Matisse Tell pick.
I would, on Wildcard, have James Hill, though, at £3.9 million. That's my fifth defender.
Is that what he is?
I thought he was good. I know that he obviously conceded 2 to us and probably should have done more, but he's playing centre-back. Senesi, I mean, there's still links he might go at this one, but he's playing. He can play right back. He can play centre back. James Hill 3.9. I quite like that.
I mean, he's not going to get you any cleans ever. So if I've got a guy that's 3.8, why would I? Well, I've already transferred out Goodmanson, so I no longer have a 3.8 guy. I got a 4 million guy.
I don't mind.
Move on.
Yeah, I'm still getting abuse about Tell in the chat.
Good.
Leonard just said that Tell's only played more than 70 minutes in 4 games. The important one is he's played 88 and 90 in the last 2. That's the important part. Context.
Burnley versus United.
Sesko. Have you seen the video of Bruno Fernandes just basically telling Sesko what to do?
I have not.
It's fantastic. And fantastic and potentially FPL relevant in that Sesko scores a brace. Bruno Fernandes is just continually just pointing him, saying, do that now, do that now, do that now, do that now. And you're like, okay. I remember it triggered a memory at the start of the season that people were talking about Xavi Simons when we bought him, about how he'll be so good for Dom Solanke because when he was at Leipzig, he basically used to just puppeteer Sesko and just tell him what to do. And then you sort of saw that, and then it sort of like brought that flashback of maybe that wasn't actually a Xavi Simons thing. Maybe that's a Sesko thing, because he had Danny Olmo, then he had Xavi Simons, and now he's got Bruno Fernandes. And you're like, oh, okay. Is maybe we have a partnership here under this new world. Imagine they go to a 4-2-3-1 and suddenly Bumo starts playing or Ahmad starts playing the right, and which is also going to be interesting because Ahmad's been so good at AFCON. And if they do move to more, let's say something like a 4-2-3-1, do you see Cunha go left? And is it one of Bumo or Ahmad? And does it go Bruno in the middle and Sesko up top? Like, where do all these things fit in as we move into a new world? But there's something there that you suddenly are like, okay, is there something good? Because if you've got Bruno with a striker that it works, like we used to have Bruno and Martial, for example, and the times when we had Bruno and Rashford, working as a tandem pair, you were like, well, I need both of those guys.
Yeah, we often did want to make that double up. I mean, obviously, I don't think we should be like leaping in. Obviously, we can't leap in this week because you can't leap in now. You've got to see what's going on here. But like both runs for both goals just showed a little bit more intelligence than we've seen in weeks gone by. Like, he was really good at linking up attacks under Amorim. Like, I felt like that really made the guys behind him function. Whereas here, he wasn't always playing the ball backwards. He was definitely trying to play more balls that would make an impact. So instead of being sort of that rebound guy, the ball goes into Sesko, comes back out to Bruno then sprays it wide, and they make something like that. He was going to be the link-up guy. Like, someone's going to run off him. We saw it a couple of times with Dorgu in the first half, and then obviously in the second half he gets that run on for his first goal, and then Dorgu was fantastic down that left-hand side, by the way. Like, I know he played right wing last couple of games and stuff,
and he's better if he's a left winger than he is a left back. And then you're like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do about Dorgu. I've got Dorgu, and I'm like, ideally, I was looking at benching for the next 2 game weeks anyway. But you're like, again, we need to see how this formation plays out. If it ends up being Bruno back in the 10, then you're straight away, well, is it Dorgu, Mount, Cunha on the left? Like, who goes there where? It's really bloody difficult to try and start playing through. What do we do? The one thing with Bruno, whether he plays, if he's played centre midfield this season and he's got a load of points, if he plays at number 10, he's in everybody's team. So I just don't know. Have you just stuck Bruno straight in your team on Wildcard?
Not right away. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, he's second on my bench at the moment. Yeah.
Because I think you just have to, because you're still thinking at worst he gets DEFCON versus in probably the Arsenal and the Man City game. But even if he gets an assist, he can get bonus, he can do the stuff, and then you just want him from then on. And then you never know, they might shit a penalty.
I mean, I don't think we can't. So we won't see Bruno this week, right? I don't think you can play him in the FA Cup this week. I mean, he obviously just wants to play football, but playing him this week against Brighton would be stupid. They need him fit for obviously City and Arsenal, and then the run after that is quite nice.
Yeah, I don't know that he won't play. Like, if you're a caretaker manager and you're in a cup, you want to run in the cup.
I don't know. I mean, he's Bruno, literally just back from a hamstring injury, like his first injury in 3 years. He'll
put his hand up and say he wants to.
Of course he will. Of course he will. He needs a grown up to tell him no.
That same age as the manager. So
it's true.
Not much difference.
Right. I mean, we also have to obviously acknowledge that this is against Burnley. Continue to target Burnley. Basically. I mean,
with Matthias Tell.
Next game. Can't believe you. Yeah, it makes sense. Where do we want to go next?
Man City, Brighton.
We're literally working backwards at the moment. This is nice.
I mean, the thing with Man City is, so O'Reilly gets a rest. He needed a rest. I don't know that you rest fullbacks against Brighton. I mean, he must have been so tired that he couldn't play, because Nathan Ake, like they just played over the top of him whenever they could, and just went, well, channels, you're not going to turn and run past us. Yeah, I thought Brighton were fantastic. It doesn't really play out in the XG, the number of chances and stuff they had, but I think, yeah, I thought Brighton were really, really good. Obviously, at the end, Man City could have won it. Shirky comes on, and that makes a difference. That definitely makes a difference. So I do think it's just a rest. Shirky, I don't think he's out of favour, but they are going to have Semenyo now. Hard to work out, and because Doku.
I wonder how that's going to. Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work, because Doku is like your dribbly kind of, pulling defenders left, right, and centre, and just basically just pulling structures to pieces, and then getting the ball across. Whereas Semenyo's more the wanting to be on the inside and looking to obviously get shots away. Like he's a guy who likes shooting. We know that. They're two very different players.
I think all of these things, though, just do keep pushing Foden away from Haaland. The one thing we always want in FPL is Foden near Haaland, and all of these things, like Shirky can't play in the midfield, and then Doku and Semenyo aren't coming to play in the midfield. So suddenly you're like, well, he's definitely, like, he's been one of the midfield three anyway. But you kind of, even though when he gets, when you see the lineup and it puts Foden as one of the three, you tell yourself immediately he's not really one of the three. He's not really one of the three. You sort of tell yourself he's more of a 10. He's more of a 10. He's playing central. Like, yeah. You don't say he's playing that. You say he's playing central. He's playing central. That's what you say. But the further he gets pushed back, then it makes it very hard to pick Foden versus a Bruno, because you just notice it, because there's no 3 points, is there? There's no, suddenly, he doesn't get the DEFCON, so therefore it's, and he's not going to get bonus just off an assist or any of that sort of stuff. So even if he just gets an assist, and often they don't clean, so he ends up with, say, 5 points on that, and you're like,
like Bruno's going to start on 4,
and Bruno starts on 4.
So it's like, it does make a huge difference. And yeah, I mean, there's just, like, at what point does Bernardo Silva just stop playing? I do wonder when it's. I know the thing is he's obviously captain. He's not old, right? He's only just turned 30, and yet, you look across and you've got, you say Foden, Doku, Reinders, obviously all played. You got Cherky, Semenyo, Marmoush, probably missing someone. Savino obviously injured. Anyone else? Like, there's loads. And that's all the attacking guys. Like, they're all the forward-thinking guys. Not forgetting you've got Nico Gonzalez and obviously Rodri sitting in behind.
Tell me this: if you have 4, because I was saying before we came on air that I looked on Live FPL, and about more than 10% of the top 10K now have 4 Man City in their team. It's a big number. So if you've got 4 Man City, your next transfer has to be a Man City player. Would you transfer out Foden, Semenyo, or O'Reilly even if you put Shirky in there? What's your order of the person you get rid of first out of all those guys?
I mean, surely it's got to be O'Reilly first and then Foden. Like, I don't know. It's weird because they could be interchangeable, but I'd probably just about do O'Reilly first.
Yeah, imagine how stupid you feel, though, because Foden's going to start next game, and Semenyo, what if he just gets bedded in? What if it's his first 3 games he's on the bench? you feel so stupid. You kept Semenyo, sold Foden. Like it's hard. Fair play those that have waited, because obviously you got Semenyo's points this week. But geez, I wouldn't know which one. I just don't think I'd know. I'm full fence sitting. I think the thing is with Foden is like you are looking at the price of it and thinking, yeah, I could just go Foden and Bruno. But
yeah,
you're doing it for a Manchester derby where who knows what can happen.
You might as well turn around and say Foden loves playing United, because he does.
Yeah, I said that about Brighton.
Yeah. But United are susceptible.
I think I'd be most worried about Semenyo, but he might just hit the ground running and fly.
Well, it's not like he really needs. Yeah, but it's a lot of our concerns come around structure and also like league. So obviously the league's not an issue, right? Not a big deal. Oh, he's just going to. I think Semenyo, if he plays from the start, he'll just pick up where he left off, and that he'll probably continue to do that until the end of the season. And then when Pep gets a pre-season in him, then maybe he's a little bit different. But what City need is like City need to win. City basically need to win every game now from now until the end of the season. Like, and that'll get them 85 points, and they might win the league.
They virtually did do that. They virtually did do that last season, let alone the season before. They got the most points of everybody post-Christmas, and the season before they did. Yeah, interestingly, on Wildcard, how many City players you got?
One.
And it's tough to do more than one, isn't it? Really tough. I can't see that I would do more than one. And that's where it's got to be. Brighton, stay away. Verbruggen's the only pick. Matoma's looking really sharp. Really sharp.
Oh, then maybe a Pascal Gross opportunity at some point.
There's no Pascal Gross opportunity. How much does he?
No idea. I've just no idea. But he's another elder statesman. Come back in, like he could be on pens, and he could be on direct free kicks, and he'll be on set pieces. He's just going to have involvement. He will. And he'll go under the radar, which is fine. I've still got his old Brighton so rare card, I think. Classic. L6 guys on with gross is 5.5.
Let's do the best cheap midfielder in the game.
Sander Berger. There he is.
I'm absolutely fuming about how little points Harry Wilson's got in the last 3-4 weeks.
It doesn't surprise me.
Because he could the problem is he's playing so on the line that he's almost always offside. In when he scores, is it offside? Is it not? Like the Liverpool one we had, this one, it was like you just don't know whether you can celebrate them or not all the time. I mean, that's just tells me
that offside, that goal that was ruled out offside. Like I am a guy that says the line is the line, but if you are running towards the ball, there needs to be something, right? Because there's no advantage when you're running towards
away
the ball.
In his heel,
you've got to be moving. Yeah, exactly.
Up in the air.
That's such a nonsense. That's such a bad way of doing it. But I like the line's a line.
Line's a line.
Hilarious.
I'm still not 100% sure about the penalty. I don't know if anyone knows why that isn't the Cucurella. He's holding him in the box. When he actually goes down, he's in the box. Isn't it that if it's continuous, it's supposed to be a penalty? I couldn't really understand.
I think Cucurella was going for that. I was only holding him for a little bit thing, wasn't it? That shit.
It was almost like a deal, wasn't it? Well, okay, but you're getting off. I'm not going to do both. So I've done the red now, so just clear it off. We're not going to do a penalty.
Yeah.
But Harry Wilson is running in behind like an insane man. His finishing is just ridiculous. I feel really unjust actually in the last few weeks of how little points he's got, and he's got a load of points. But at some point, he will also just note it. And this is the thing, I just keep noting of these ones. At some point, Harry Wilson will also go 5 game weeks in a row of 1 and 2 pointers. That will happen. And you have to make your bet here of, do you think this will continue or do you think it won't? I mean, personally, I think Arne Slot should be trying to bring back Harry Wilson to Liverpool, because he's fully playing the Salah role. I'm like, just kick Salah out. Take Harry Wilson. I've been saying all season, Harry Wilson is Bowen. Like, he is Bowen. That's what how I keep saying it. And then last week I was talking about, well, if you're Liverpool, why don't you just go buy Bowen? I don't know why they just go and buy Harry Wilson back. Like, he's an old guy of theirs, but it will cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, I didn't see as much of the Bowen conversation as you'd like. You said that their heat maps are basically the same. When you said that, I was a little bit confused about that, because Bowen is definitely playing a lot wider. But then I didn't notice how close Wilson was actually playing to Jimenez. And as you say, like, he's literally
starts so wide and then just dives in. Dives in.
And look, if you've got him, I think you just have to accept those weeks, right? I think you could keep him for the rest of the season. I don't think he's not even an issue. Like, I think even when you come around to Wildcard, like,
he'll break before I break. This is what I think with Harry Wilson is that this is already the most minutes he's played in recent seasons. I think he played 1,100 minutes last season, and he's on about 1,500 already. There's a chance at some. We thought the other week, didn't we, when he got hurt, that, oh God, he's going to be out for a little bit now. But he's just a joy. As far as owning a player in your team, you watch him and you're like, this is a joy.
Yeah. There's no bad fixture runs. Like, there's no bad periods for Fulham, actually.
They get better. The fixtures get better. Like, I still think Anderson is still a decent pick to sit around on your bench, because the fixtures do get better for Fulham. They're not so good for the next few games, but
but as an attacker, you're fine. Like, Leeds fine, Brighton fine, United fine, Everton fine. Like, their tough fixtures are in 26. Like, it is 32 against Liverpool, even a tough fixture, and then away at Arsenal in 35. Outside of that, like, their tougher games are at home, fine. That feels good for them. And Newcastle, probably one of the toughest games they've got, 38. Like, you just have nothing to worry about for now.
He obviously almost went to Leeds, so I've got that old expected potential put a show on. Jimenez is cheap. Like, he is cheap. I just wouldn't want both. I can see again this double up, but I don't think I've got enough in me to have both of them. But would I be surprised if Jimenez outscored Calvert-Lewin between now and the end of the season for not a lot more money? I wouldn't be surprised.
It was actually probably my favourite striker header of the week, at least. Well, that's probably quite a small pool, but like, Jimenez's header was unbelievably good.
They feel just really predictable. There is that, like, as I said, is you want that guy with the guy, Thiago with Sharda, the Jimenez and Wilson, the Calvert-Lewin and Harrison. We've just seen it. The Foden and Haaland, like, that's what we want. We want that big guy, little guy. It's just, they're a difficult one to have both of them. But I definitely wouldn't put people off. If you said to me, I'm going to go Jimenez on Wildcard, I wouldn't put you off it.
Who are you partnering with, Matisse Tell?
That's the issue.
Everton Wolves.
Matisse Tell's a lone wolf. Just go back. Because Delap and Chelsea, we haven't talked about them at all, but Delap, I've seen quite a few people say on Wildcard they go Delap because Delap and Rosenior at Hull and all of that stuff. I would, even though fixtures are good, I'd still put Delap below Jimenez and Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I've not considered it.
We've seen with Thiago, haven't we, that talismanic, the main man is just so important.
Yeah.
Dive on.
Moving on. We can really kind of push through 3 of these, and then we'll probably have to talk about Thiago as well. But yeah, Mane again, like if he's going to keep scoring, then he's going to keep playing. Again, I mentioned on Sunday, like there's just freedom of expression these players can have. Like, I mean, they might pick up some more points, but like generally, just freedom of expression these players can have can only benefit the young players in this scenario. Yeah. So, it's perfectly reasonable, good pick for 4.5 million.
I would go Mane over Krupi. I would be Mane Krupi, and I think they've shown enough in those two to now be well worth not going the 0.2 saving whatever it is for Gear. Is going to do them, then I would definitely be there on them. If you've got Tarko, you keep him now. Tarko's an interesting one, whether I'd buy him on Wildcard. It's one of those where I've been considering it with Keane, was like, do I just go to Tarko? But you look at the fixtures and you're like, oh, well, weird. I saw someone tweet actually saying that someone good as well said, obviously, Keane, might not get back in the team now.
I think it's Spirit Blues, wasn't it? Spirit Blues. Said it. He just
but then drops a little one-liner. There's that Tarko might lose his place, and I'm like, yeah, just stay away from this.
I saw that.
Garner continues to look incredible, but Dewsbury Hall will be back soon, and Jai will be back soon. We just don't know. Like, does he just keep dropping further and further back? He might even play right back, mightn't he? If you play O'Brien centre back, then there's a chance suddenly they've got enough guys that Garner suddenly goes to right back.
Yeah, I think Everton fans, and we see Steve in the Discord, speak about, just bringing O'Brien in off that right hand side, like he's just, it does feel like he's just not mobile enough to play on that right hand side. Like when your guy is like 6 foot, whatever he is, it doesn't feel like he should be there.
Yeah.
You think it was red card?
Yeah. I know they appealed it and all that stuff, but I think it just you can't explain. Like it's a girthy handle. You know what I mean? It's not just like a little thing. Is he gets a full thumb meets finger circumference around it. That I just think I can't think in my brain. And I don't think he thinks it is brain. I think he's just somehow gone up and somehow he's just grabbed for something that's kept him there when he's there. And then it's gone, oops. And it's just stupid. And I get the appeal and I get the fact that there's a lot of stuff that says, is it like a violent thing and all that? But ultimately, it's weird.
It's weird. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, I see it. I get it. I also think that a lot of players go up and you do sort of grab the back of the shirt, right? You grab the back of the shirt to stop the guy from getting up. And that's normally just a foul. But the problem is the guy's hair's there. So as you say, when he grabs it, he probably like, oh, that's not what I expected. And then just pulls down. And it's like, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
It's just, look, if you do that on telly and then VR picks it up and you go over it. But if you don't send someone off for that, it happens in every Sunday league game. It happens in kids' games. It reverberates through. It does all this stuff. And we have to remember that this is the biggest, product in football is the Premier League. And I just fully get it. I fully get that they say that is not acceptable behavior. Get him off the pitch because it will happen. It will happen. So make an example of it. Chuck him out, and then they were never ever going to overturn that appeal.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's all we need to say about that game.
Keane, you can sell him if you need. If you haven't got it, then sell him. Like I probably won't sell him. But hopefully that's because Richards is healed and I've got Timber and Gab, so I'm just gonna have to roll him out.
Any comments on this game? Like, I didn't see a single minute of this game.
Didn't see a single minute, so I cannot offer anything other than obviously it's that similar thing. When you've got Rodgers, these things can happen. And just feels a stalematy game. Not completely stalematy because they both had clearly had chances with it. Munoz doesn't play any minutes.
But that's he's still coming back, right?
Yeah. But so are you? Is he in your tinker for Wildcard?
Not at the moment. No.
Hard though, isn't it? Because you're like, if I can get him, but it's not a great jump on. It's a good next fixture, potentially. Or was it away at Sunderland next?
Yeah, it's away at Sunderland. Not ideal.
I mean, Sunderland's home record's fantastic. So it's not like golden. It can wait.
Otherwise, Palace is. Well, I think is if you don't, I guess you need to jump on them soon. Though you need to jump on them soon, because if you don't, by 31, you're going to want rid of all of them anyway. Probably.
Yeah. You're just looking at that. You're looking. I mean, more than anything, we're looking at that home Burnley, home Wolves back to back.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Rodgers. Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, like Villa fixtures are good for the long term.
50% owned. 50% owned.
He's good for the long term. I mean, I don't know whether I'll settle fully on Rodgers, but yeah, he was one of those that I looked at initially and just thought there's a lot of ownership in him already, and so put him in and see how you feel about it. But maybe he's fine to take on. I mean, they've got to go to St James's Park. They've got to go. I mean, like away Bournemouth seems like a good fixture. Home Everton's a good fixture. Then they got Brentford at home, Brighton at home, Leeds, Wolves. Like next 7 games are really good, and then they don't mess around when it comes to like Chelsea, United. They can turn them guys over.
It feels really hard not to have. I keep saying it. It feels hard not to have a piece of Villa when they're doing so well. But I'm pretty sure I'll continue to not have a piece of Villa.
I mean, it's generally because they continue to overperform.
It's just they're a hard bet, and I think we have to try and make a few bets, and I think Rodgers is one I'm going to just try and make a bet against. Love the player, but I'm going to try and make a bet against it, I think.
I mean, how many shots did he have this game? 3. Like 7 of their shots came from Watkins-Rodgers combination. Like Watkins has been in my mind.
So involved. He's so involved.
Watkins has definitely been on my mind.
Is he?
Yeah. Because I'm just wondering whether I can carry a bit of money in him for a few weeks before then chucking it back into the midfield.
He's cheaper than Ekatike.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still... The problem is this guy's getting better and better and better and better. I think every single game he's just overall performance is just getting better and better. That's the thing.
He's just
0.6, 0.2...
Proper number 9, doing proper number 9 things and being fed. And he knows he's going to be fed, so he makes the runs. He knows he practiced the stuff, like the round the keeper. When did you last see someone around the keeper?
Yeah.
Like a dying art of strikers. He's just such a throwback to strikers. Yeah.
It's wild. I mean, like, it's wild to think that he's going to be, well, he already is, like, the highest scoring Brazilian striker in the league.
Yeah.
In 34 seasons of the Premier League.
Poor Charlatan.
Richarlison can't even get to 10.
Charlatan.
Richarlison doesn't even get to 10. Has he ever got to 10?
He's amazing. He's an amazing pick. Like, can't fault it. I think I still find him incredibly interesting player, but I have to have my hands up with this one and say it's just like Haaland. It's just like Haaland. It's a guy that's just in his brain is just looking how to score goals, and that they feel lucky. Do you remember when Kevin Phillips got like 40 odd goals? And I every time when I used to watch, I just think, God, he's so lucky. He's always there in the right place. The header is like the jammiest goal in the world because it hits the bar, it flies off, it does this, it flies around, it goes there, and then finally it drops to him and he just nods it in. But he still heads it the exact perfect way that you'd want to head it, which is down and away from the keeper into the corner, and he puts it in. Because that's all he's there for. My job is I'm going to stand around, and if it does come to me, I'll do the right thing.
I was going to say, and he didn't move. Like he was in this like little
this
mini circle. It's like
it's
like Mr. Beast. You can't leave the circle.
Yeah.
So he didn't leave the circle, and he got his reward.
It feels honestly. I watch it as a non-owner and think how jamming the goal he scored. He didn't run the line. He didn't even look at the line. Right. He just ran in behind. But what happened was the guy at left back decided to run a crap line.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Thiago was looking at the line and going, I'm going to stand there and position myself so I'm going to get it. Thiago was just like, I'm going to go. And
it was Hume, wasn't it? It was just like just terrible.
And you'll say that he got lucky. I'll say he got lucky because Hume run a crap line. But he'll just keep trying that and keep putting himself in that position. And if the things fall his way, he'll score. And it's better to have a guy that tries to do that all the time than to have a guy that wants to be clever but doesn't touch the ball, like Gyökeres, who touched the ball like 7-8 times.
Yeah.
Have this guy. He will continue to try and score goals because that's all he knows.
Yeah. West Ham Forest.
Avoid the teams. Just avoid the teams.
Easy as that.
I think it's as easy as that. I thought Forest in that first half were so bad, like so bad. Like, I thought West Ham made them look terrible in that first half, and I was like questioning my life choices while I was watching this game. And then West Ham, I don't know what Nuno did at half time because I don't know what Dyche did at half time because it came out. It was like, oh, okay, we're gonna find ways to lose this.
I was going to say because I switched off just after the second half started because I was like, actually, no, I don't really want to watch another half of this. And then what was it? I can't remember what I was doing. I think I went out and shoveled snow or something more interesting, and then came back in and was like, so did West Ham win? And then no. I didn't expect them to lose the game.
I hate
hard avoids.
I hate that offside. I hate it with everything in my body in that it gets given.
I couldn't even tell you what offside you're talking about.
Go on. You can search it if you want to look at it, but it's ridiculous. So Somerville was dribbling the ball. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I've heard about this offside. I still haven't seen it.
Somerville is dribbling the ball, and Milenkovic tackles him, which goes to Tati. And Tati at that point is just offside. And because it's not a deliberate action, tackle's not deemed a deliberate action, then it's technically Somerville passing to Tati. And then he gets given offside. I don't understand that. Somerville's not trying to play the ball to him.
I don't understand what you've just said. I can't understand what you said.
Somerville's running with the ball towards goal, in the middle of the goal. Milenkovic comes across him. Yeah. And tackles him. Ball goes out to the wing.
I assume the ball rebounds off Somerville and goes out to the wing.
Technically, he's saying that Somerville touched the ball because at the point that it leaves Somerville's foot to go onto that foot, Tati's offside.
Oh, okay. So Milenkovic comes in as the ball's like he's running with the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I don't get the decision.
He hasn't passed to Tati, but the ball goes to Tati, and it's claimed because it's not a deliberate action then it's basically it counts as Somerville passing to him
while he's dribbling with the ball.
While he's dribbling with the ball.
What a joke! This game is so dumb.
It was so stupid.
This game is so dumb.
Stupid. So stupid. Anyway, I better put my son to bed.
Process pod on Sunday.
Process pod on Sunday.
We're going to be welcoming Ivan and JC. We're going to talk about the season of the eights, amongst other things. There's a cool little graphic on Blue Sky. Ross Mayfield, if you haven't seen it, I've retweeted it or reposted it on Blue Sky. Cool little summary of
take the picture and maybe put it on Twitter and send it to people that might actually see it.
We'll show it on the pod on Sunday. But yeah, before you go, I mean, I don't know how many people have joined us on this lovely Friday evening.
300 odd people watching this.
300 odd people. Oh, good. Welcome. We're done. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you want to see more. Patreon.com/AboveAverageFPL. See you Sunday.
Up the tail.
We